Good morning. I'm Anushya, Assistant Professor, School of Computing Science and Engineering, and I'm here to present in the topic General Awareness about Green Computing for the Digital Week. So when we talk about green computing, so what is this green computing all about? So it's creating an eco-friendly environment. So nowadays we are used to all kinds of electrical and electronic products, all different kinds of computing devices, mobile gadgets, and many more. So trend has changed. We can't go back anymore. So we are used to it in our day-to-day life. So, but the thing is, like knowingly or unknowingly, we are polluting the environment, the atmosphere, by using all these kinds of products. So how to overcome this problem? So this is what way the word came into the picture is green computing. So how to utilize the computing devices in a proper way, all the electrical or electronic gadgets in a proper way. So the thing what is mandatory to be known by each and every individual who use the computing devices. Okay, so the first thing what we tend to know is like we are supposed to know like how to use or utilize the computing devices or the resources effectively and efficiently. And nowadays care is 100% care is taken while designing and manufacturing of the electrical and electronic products. And keeping this in mind, more and more of care to be taken while we go for the disposal of the same electronic gadgets. Why? Because the disposal of the electronic gadgets takes more, which produces more and more of toxic gas, which is not at all good for the environment and for the people. So, and we are also supposed to reduce the use of hazardous materials. We, in the sense, like the industry or the organization, to take care about the number of hazardous materials which we use for producing the product, and also maximize the use of energy efficiency during the product lifetime. So just a small question I want to ask to you people is, do we all use laptops? Once I ask this question, the immediate reply in your mind is yes. The next question is, do we shut down our laptops when not in use? The answer. Okay, so a small survey taken by my students says that 60% of them do not shut down their laptops properly. But where we miss, we lose a lot and a lot of energy. So as an individual, as a people using all these kinds of electronic gadgets, we are in a position, we are in a situation to save at least a minimum amount of energy by proper usage of these all computing devices. So why we came for the necessity of green computing here is, keep your computing devices off when it is not in use, where we waste more amounts of energy. Like for example, to say like when we are not using, like when we go for refreshment, or when we go for lunch break or something sometimes, or when we are not at all into our laptops, when we are not at all using our laptops, it's better that we shut down our laptops so that more amount of energy will not be wasted. And next thing comes to the point is like why we go for green computing is, do not take printouts until it is highly mandatory. And polluting the environment with the proper knowledge of disposal of e-waste. So we'll say like what is this e-waste all about, and how to, like, it's not like buying a product, giving importance for buying a product in the sense an electrical or electronic product is important. The same importance also to be given when we try to dispose the same product. Why? Because more and more toxic chemicals are involved in manufacturing of the electronic products, and the same amount of toxic element will also be produced when we try to dispose the same product. So high care to be taken when we try to dispose of all the electronic gadgets whatever we use. And how to reduce the energy consumption As like as we said, as we have seen this already, like turn off the computers when it is not in use, even if it is just for an hour, and turn off monitors when not in use. Like let us give an example here, like we take more of lab session. So before start up the lab, we just give a small lecture about the topic what the students attend to do for this lab session. So at that time the monitors, the people, the students who use the computers can switch off can turn off the monitors, so that more of energy can be utilized by that, and you can use by power saver mode. And this point is very important, like we can go for star rated products, not only for the computing devices, for whatever the products what we use, like the television, refrigerators, air conditioner. So all the products whatever we use, we should go for a star rated products, which leads toxic, which leads for uh, less toxic and carbon emission. And as you've seen, do not take printouts unless it is mandatory. And use of LCDs instead of CRTs is better. Why? Because they are more power efficient. LCDs are more power efficient, as we all know it. So and we all are using it. And we are right now, like, so when we are using laptops and when we are using some electronic gadgets, that is okay, but we are highly into internet now, so we are always into internet, frankly speaking. Like, so how do we save energy? So when we are not using your laptops and we are not using the electronic gadgets, that is okay, we can go switch off your laptops, you can switch off everything. So but when we are using it, when I'm using internet, which is highly mandatory for the current situation, like we are into it always. So how do we save energy when we use internet? It's a question mark. And the solution is we have a Backly. So what is this Backly all about? It's a website which is powered by Google Custom Search, created by Heal Media. So this is a website where we can also make this Backly website as your homepage also, which saves energy. Okay, so this is the sample picture of the Backly web page, which is grayish, which is the background color, which is of black, and the font style which is being used is grayish white for whatever the search result we have seen. Okay, so this saves high energy. So whenever once you just switch over to this home page, it shows us like how much number of watts of memory of sorry how much number of watts of energy we have saved by using this particular web page as your home page. Maybe we can try out this so that more number of energy will not be wasted by using internet. Okay, and next point, how to save energy while working on computers. These all we people know, like keep it in a sleep mode or in a hibernate mode, and more importantly, like please do not overcharge your laptops or your mobile phones or whatever it is, whatever electronic gadgets we use. It's good that see to that like we charge up to the level, not it's not good like we overcharge anything. And next comes like when we talk about disposal, like are we going for a proper disposal of e-waste? Why it is important, why we need to go for a proper disposal of e-waste? Like we have a picture here, so which is this disposal which is currently high need to create an eco-friendly environment. The first image which is a landfill, which is a picture taken from the website. It's a China toxic components recycling process, which leads a high risk to the people in the country. And the second image is an African country where all the e-waste like television, computers, everything is being dumped in this area, and see how it has been highly polluted with the toxic materials which is being used for producing these all electronic gadgets. So this is not fair. So we need to take some solution, like how to create or how to manufacture, how to design an electronic product which is highly eco-friendly environment. So step has been taken, people are looking care of it, and we'll move on. So what is e-waste actually all about? And e-waste, anything that works with electricity or batteries and you no longer need it or it is no longer working is classified as an e-waste. So here we have some of the images of the monitors and the keyboard which has been kept, which is no longer used. Let us think of like what we are going to do with this. A question mark. So, or at least how we are going to recycle this, or at least how we are going to dispose this, is still a big question mark. So now, since we have seen like what are the e-waste products, we need to think about how we are going to recover this e-waste. The thing is, electrical waste contains both, like whatever the product what we use, either the laptops or the mobile phones, for example, to take. It is not like once the lifetime of that particular product is over, it is not like it is an e-waste. So each and every product, whatever we use, it has both valuable and not a valuable product. Okay, so like some parts can be utilized for any other future work. So it also has potential hazardous materials that can be recovered through proper recycling process, while hazardous fractions can be treated for prior to safe disposal. And the thing which we need to keep in mind is like when we try to dispose a particular product, see to that it has been properly recycled or it has been properly sent to a safe disposal area. That will be good. And why? Because when we are not properly disposing an electronic gadgets or the products, the possibility of we have a high possibility of high risk for the human, for the environment, for everyone when we mishandle that particular product. Okay, so e-waste recycling has a direct and also an indirect effect on human health condition. So like we use all these mobile phones or laptops, so while we are in use, but we don't know like how much gas is being emitted, how much carbon dioxide is being emitted, we don't know that, but still we are polluting it as an individual, as a group, as a city, as a country, and as well as the world. So we are polluting the globe entirely. So minimizing the e-waste is important. So how to, so we can't 100% we could not stop it, but because we are used to it. So how to minimize the e-waste is very important. So re-evaluate means like we should think of like really are we in the need for extra gadget. So we can see people using 2 or 3 mobile phones. They have an iPad with them, they have an iPhone with them, they have their laptops. Like they need to think like, is it mandatory? Is it important to use extra gadgets? The more and more we get, the more and more we buy extra gadgets is where we pollute the country. So try to find one device which does multiple functions. Maybe we can avoid by getting more number of electronic gadgets, and extend the life of your electronic goods. Like how to extend the life of the electronic goods? Buy a case, keep your device clean and avoid overcharging the battery so that it comes for a longer life. Or else better, like if you are used to get new products which comes into the market, that we can't stop it, but I think what we can do is like we can donate our used products to the orphanage or the people or to the poor people or to anyone, like those who are not used to it or those who are not in a situation to buy that particular product. When we go for high configuration products or newer products which comes into the market, it is better that we donate our products to some of the social programs. It will be better. So this is how we minimize the e-waste. Small solutions. Okay. So next we go for the topic called as carbon footprints. So what is this carbon footprint? Are we used to it? Are we polluting it? Let's see. So what is this carbon footprint is all about? It is a total set of greenhouse gas emission caused directly and indirectly by an individual, organization, event or product. It's like as we said, as we are talking about this green computing, as we all come to know, like whatever the products what we use, it emits some of the carbon. So that is what we call it as carbon footprint. So as an individual, we produce more and more of carbon footprints. Think about a group of people, think about an organization, think about the country, think about the world. How much carbon footprints we produce and how much we pollute the country, the world. So that's what we think here and we talk about. So we are in a position to buy an environmental friendly electronic devices. So better go for a star rated product. So like we have an EPEAT products like which uses star rated. So according to the star rates, we can buy the product so that we can at least, we can't fully stop, at least we can reduce the carbon footprints in the environment, in the globe. Now let's go to the topic cloud computing. Go green, go cloud. So we all used to cloud computing now, like, so we all know at least a few knowledge about cloud computing, so I don't want to go much about what is cloud computing is all about. Like when we say, like when we talk about mobiles, everything, all the different kinds of electronic gadgets, we need to think about like how good that we went into cloud computing. See, like talking about a small organization or a company, when they when a small industry or a small organization, they are trying to open a new what to say, like a computer industry, like it is mandatory that they are in a position to buy different kinds of service for the process. But see, like when each and every organization or the industry try to think to get a different separate service, there leads to a high of cost, and the energy consumption will also be high. So it is good that they go for cloud infrastructure, so that they can properly minimize the energy consumption. They can also utilize the resource properly, and as well as the cost also will be less comparing with going with a individual service. So it is good that we go into cloud computing now, and basically the first and the foremost thing, very important thing why we go for cloud computing is it's better that we go for cloud infrastructure, so that the energy will be reduced. Instead of going for individual separate servers, we can go for a common server which minimize it, and we can properly utilize the resources. But why is green computing needed in cloud? So like a thing here is when we talk about a laptop which pollutes, which emits carbon knowingly or unknowingly, think about a data center, how much energy it needs, and how much carbon it is being emitted, how much energy is being emitted. So how much energy, excessive amount of energy it needs. So this is where we lack, but even then we go for the data center which is better, but we lack in one side, like more and more of toxic gas is being emitted out, more and more of carbon is being emitted, which is where we are into high risk. So this is a small survey, which a report which has been is given. Just have a look at it. So how much energy we waste. This is a survey which is taken in the year 2010. Maybe now it goes highly beyond it. Okay. So what clouds impact on the environment? See, like when we talk about data center is not only expensive to maintain, but it is also unfriendly to the environment. The carbon emission due to data center worldwide, like this all talks about the different countries where we have high data centers. So the cost of maintaining the data center is also high. The footprints, the carbon footprints which is also produced by the data center is also very high, and the amount of electricity which is needed for the data center is also high. And for maintaining that data center, we need some coolant products to make it cool. So for maintaining that coolant products, the energy which is required, that is also high. And these all products which emits the carbon, which emits the toxic material, which is also high, which is not good for the environment. But even then, going for a data center is better. So we need to think of like how to reduce these all carbon footprints, how to reduce the toxic elements as well as materials what we use for designing the data center. Better go for designing the electronic gadgets in a greener way. We need to think about it. So the performance which leads to energy efficiency. So as energy costs are increasing while availability decreases, so we need to focus on optimizing data center resource management for the pure performance alone, and we need to go for optimizing the energy efficiency and for maintaining a high level of performance. and to go for an energy efficient coding which help to utilize the proper use of resources. Okay, so I have given an overview. Like this, it's a time. I think like I have given an overview of what green computing is all about, a small glimpse. Now it's time for us to think and act accordingly. So how do we use the electronic products or the electronic gadgets? Maybe at least we'll just give some small change to the environment. At least 0.1% will be better. And I think I have given a small glimpse of idea about what is green computing all about to my satisfaction. And I also attach a project video of my student Mr. Rohit and team which is a typography about green cloud computing for an easy understanding. So have a look at that video also, it will be quite interesting. It's time. Thank you so much for the patience of listening my video. Thank you so much.